businesses of 21st century businesses that grow out to the needs of the city. And
2008 and received an OBE in the 2009 New Year Awards Honours List. Paul.
First of all, thank you, Lord Mayor, for coming, Fowler, as chair, and I can giving support at the grassroots level to black communities in the city. I want to show you something. If you could go closer to it. What does that mean? No dogs, Negroes, Mexicans. What if that was shown in Bristol? Where's the flaw in this? This came from Alabama. The flaw, of course, is no Mexicans, but they substituted it in Bristol for who? What nationality?
Irish.
Irish, exactly. Both were in conflict with the various governments. This is what Bristol was like 45 years ago. Certainly when I came here in 1962, it was so openly racist that the people on the Bristol bus company thought they were doing Bristol a favour, keeping black people out of those jobs. If we look at this is the language of segregation. This is the language of segregation, of apartheid. This is the language of de facto. If you were in 45 years ago in Bristol, if you were black, you couldn't get a job on the buses. If you were black, you couldn't become a policeman. If you were black, you couldn't become a farmer or anything of this kind. And if you were black, you probably found that your children were having a hard time at school, and the teachers were saying they put them into special schools. They called them ESA, educationally self-normal. And we're living through that legacy even today, as a lot of black children, particularly young male students, are just not getting the kind of education they're entitled to. This is because of the various history and psychological impact that teachers don't feel quite confident in teaching languages. And this is a serious legacy we face. So we moved from segregation, 5 years ago, to when we began to fight back. The Bristol buses, on public houses where if you were black, you could go into a public house with your white friend, your partner, but the bar staff or the manager would say, we don't serve blacks in this bar, so you've got to go. Your white friend would come in, but we don't serve blacks. And some of you may remember, I was involved in a major court battle when I refused to leave the pub in the city centre, where I was told to get out because I don't serve blacks, and I refused. And they called the police. The police came, 2 Land Rovers, 3 dogs, and 5 police officers. And they arrested me, locked me up in prison or in central jail. I often say I must be the only freedom in the city who's been locked up in the city central jail. that's a point score. So all week I was in court battling with the police against the racism of the landlord, and the police charged me with refusing to quit licensed premises. And an Irishman came to the court and said, I saw everything that happened with Mr. Stephenson behaved himself. It wasn't disorderly. I don't think the police should have come. It was an insult to him. And he went into the witness box and gave evidence as a witness to what really happened. The magistrates dismissed the charges, gave me costs against the police. And I remember when I was living up at Clifton, 2 old Cliftonians were drinking their cider. I was like standing right next to them, and one of them turned to me, his wife, and he said, that black bugger's done it again. There we are. That's what Bristol was like 45 years ago. Now we passed from segregation to exclusion. Exclusion, that's the word now. Excluded from all kinds of situations on the basis of their colour, on the basis of their religion, on the basis of their nationality, on many ways. So we face exclusion. Our children and grandchildren face exclusion. This conference is going to have to be a conference where we take power. No one gives you power. You have to fight and take it. Power is what we have to go for. And power resides, not least, in the City Council. We must have more power, because what's happening is we are moving from exclusion to cultural segregation. And cultural segregation is a very difficult thing to overcome. What we should be looking for is, the bottom line is equality. Equality is what we should stand for. We must get the power to make equality work. That is the only way in which we can confront the problems outside this particular church. Two things that are happening. We face a recession. That's bad news for black school leaders and poor white ones as well. But particularly to address that problem of education, and recession is something that is going to undermine much of what we try to do. After recession, credit crunch. You know, everyone knows that you're all business people. Everyone knows that is a weapon against the development of small businesses. And we are in here to look at small businesses through cooperation, through journeys, to learning about what opportunities there are. And we're going to find that the credit crunch is going to be a very hard nut to crack with banks in getting small businesses off the ground. There are other ways in which we can take initiatives. There is going to be the World Cup football bid for Bristol. We should be at the heart of that bid, because that will, if we can get a dialogue, a discussion for the World Cup, and give our support to the World Cup bid, this will bring in whole numbers of young people and the racial identities and diversities will come into play. But more important, it should give a boost to the economic development programs that many of you may well have. Then there's something else about Bristol. It's on the verge of a green revolution. And green politics, green development is a challenge to us all. The old politics has got to go. I believe that all of us here believe that our youth, our children, our grandchildren are going to look to us, looking to you, to see whether we can put a viable economic foundation in this city representing Africans, Afro-Caribbeans. And we should have a voice, and I hope that, I'm sure, the Legacy Commission, in partnership with you, will give you all the support we can. So this is the first of your meetings. And I hope that as you move along in this meeting, as you move on into the second anniversary, you will take power, not sit by and let it pass you. And taking power means standing up against discrimination and injustice. Because in the end, what's the point of taking power if we don't address injustice? We've moved from segregation to exclusion. Now we must move from exclusion to justice. Thank you very much.